She stood frozen as the gate agent ripped her passport in half right in front of a full terminal. Whispers turned to gasps. Phones came out, but no one stepped in. They saw a young black woman being denied her right to travel. What they didn't see yet was that she held a federal badge, not just any badge, one that could shut the entire airline down. He thought he was in control. He had no idea who he was humiliating. This is the story of authority abused and justice revealed. In disguise. Welcome. Story lovers, where are you watching from? Comment your city. Asterisk, it was supposed to be a quick business trip. Amara, a 28-year-old aviation safety officer, was flying incognito, part of an FAA undercover inspection team. To everyone around her, she was just another young black woman, in business casual, wheeling a small suitcase through JFK Airport. Her life was structured, professional, and quiet, built on discipline and deep knowledge of the airline industry. She'd flown hundreds of times before, but this one felt different. A subtle tension hung in the air as she approached the international gate. The gate agent glanced at her, then looked again longer than necessary. Amara felt it, that silent scan, that flicker of judgment. Still, she smiled politely, offering her passport. She didn't know it yet, but the next 60 seconds would shatter her routine, ignite national headlines, and force the country to confront what happens when boss meets authority in the skies. Asterisk, Amara handed over her passport with practiced ease, expecting the usual routine, but the gate agent barely glanced at it before his expression changed. Tight lips, narrowed eyes. "This doesn't look real," he muttered, loud enough for nearby passengers to hear. Confused, Amara calmly explained that it was a federal, government-issued passport. He didn't care. He called over a second agent. Then, without warning, he ripped the passport in half right in front of her. Gasps echoed from behind. The second agent looked uneasy but said nothing. "We don't let fakes board international flights," the first one sneered. Amara stood frozen. Inside, she was boiling, but outside, she remained composed. She had to. Any sudden reaction, and she knew the narrative could flip on her in an instant. "You can't fly. Step aside," he ordered. Tears threatened to from sadness, but fury. No one stepped in. Not even when she tried to show her FAA badge from her purse. The gate agent waved security over. "Ma'am, stop resisting." She hadn't moved. The terminal grew tense. Phones came out. Someone started recording. Amara realized this wasn't just about her anymore. It was bigger. She wasn't here as a passenger. She was here as a test. And he had just failed. But she hadn't revealed who she was yet. Not fully. And when she did, everything would change. Asterisk, a TSA supervisor arrived, just as Amara calmly, but firmly, pulled out her credentials, an official FAA inspector's badge with federal clearance. The room seemed to stop. The gate agent's smirk collapsed. "I'm here on a covert inspection," she said, voice steady, "and you just failed it publicly." Gasps. The security officer stepped back. The agent stammered, trying to explain, but it was too late. The cameras were rolling, passengers whispering, some openly outraged. Amara stood tall, holding the torn passport in one hand, badge in the other. He had assumed she was powerless, disposable, but she held the authority to shut down operations, and she would. Right there, the balance shifted. The humiliator became the humiliated. His face went pale. Hers calm but blazing with justice. This wasn't just accountability. It was a reckoning. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. Asterisk, Amara filed a full report. The gate agent was placed under investigation, and the airline issued a formal apology, but no apology could erase the humiliation she endured in front of hundreds. She returned to work, but something inside her had shifted. It wasn't just about safety checks anymore. It was about confronting the silent, systemic biases that infect even the most regulated spaces. What happened to her wasn't rare. It was a reflection of a deeper rot one that many black travelers face without a badge to protect them. Amara had power that day, but what about the millions who don't? How many passports are torn? How many voices silenced before we admit the truth? Racism doesn't wear a uniform, it hides in plain sight. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.